Okay. I have a really I have a story um, that I think you'll find kind of funny. It's like peak irony manifested in my life in a kind of playful way. Um, but before I tell you that story, let's start with your favorite part of your day, the thing that makes everything better, your personal namaste. It is the simultaneous sigh. All you have to do is take a big breath in and let it out in simultaneity with me. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Ah. Oh, that was good. I know you're starting to get it. You really get it. You're on board. You were skeptical at first. I could tell, but you get it now. All right, so wanted to do a quick reorganization of my bookshelf. Been reading I started in 2019 reading the great works of the Western world, and I had this. There's a lot of a long story to all of this, but I have a near complete set of Encyclopedia Britannica's Great Works of the Western World, which arrived into my possession in a very serendipitous way, and it's a really great story. I think I've told it on this channel before. However, I started the online Great Books, Great Works of the Western World, and they are better translations. So I've duplicated the first like 14 volumes, just uh, the best translations anyway. So I wanted to, in other videos, you can see the bookshelf where this Great Works of the Western World was on the second shelf. But I needed to put these books here. And so I moved books down, and then I moved the great works down. Now, I know, riveting story, isn't it? What happened was I started just moving these great works of the Western world down from shelf 2 to shelf 3, and I got this really strong mildew smell, and I was really worried that they had become moldy somehow. And so what was just going to be a really quick book shelf swap turned into a 10-hour-long process of turning my room into a low humidity, dehumidified my whole room, bleached the edges of every single one of these books, and dried it and put it back. And that was a 10-hour-long exercise. Now, I had some really good phone calls with friends, and I broke it up. And the irony is that the Western canon of literature was rotting away on my bookshelf. An irony that I hope that you can appreciate. So that's all I have to say about that. Now, let's get on with the meditation, shall we? Find your meditation posture. And get comfortable. And you want to start by centering your body. Start by physically centering yourself, your posture in your seat, by rocking forward and back, feeling yourself pass your center out of balance backwards, out of balance forwards, back and forth, less and less each time, until you feel your way into your center on that axis. Now, once you've settled into your center, you can do the same from side to side, like a pendulum, an inverted pendulum swinging back and forth, less and less, until you wobble your way into alignment with your center. Now I want you to take a breath and picture as you breathe in, there is a shaft that extends through the top of your head, down along your spine, out where your tailbone is, and down and down and down, extending with each breath until it pierces the exact center point of the earth. I want you to raise your arms, let them flop down and rest gently. Relax your shoulders, relax your face, relax your feet, settle. And feel that physical alignment extend from you and into your environment. Now that you are physically aligned, I want you to take a moment to check in with one aspect of your present being mode. Which is, how much stimuli do you require to keep yourself anchored in the present moment? And by that I mean, go through your senses one at a time, starting with your eyes, your vision. Close your eyes. take a few breaths and decide if you can be more present with your eyes open or closed. Immerse yourself in the sounds you hear around you for a few breaths, and try to be fully present with the experience of listening. A non-judgmental sound superconductor. If any thoughts come up, meet them with gratitude, and then let them go and return to the present. When you're ready, take a moment to observe non-judgmentally observe the sensations in your body. The entirety of the surface of your skin, and all of that information and if there's something about your experience that you find physically uncomfortable, or that you simply would like to change now that your awareness is on these sensations, first start by acknowledging this desire, and take a moment to fully feel through that experience. Where does that desire come from? Are you that desire? And then after you observe the desire to change something about your experience, and if you would still like to, go ahead. Maybe you want to add some more clothing for comfort, or remove some clothing for comfort. Non-judgmentally acknowledge that you have this freedom to do so. And if there's a change to be made that will help you stay present, go ahead and make that change. Now let's come into being with the breath. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out. If thoughts arrive, simply acknowledge them. Let them go. And reorient your attention to a quality of your experience of your choosing. sometimes I give myself some permission to add some movement. Usually sitting in awareness of my breath for a while I acknowledge and experience that desire. Before engaging in those movements. Pause the video here if you want to stay quietly present for longer. I invite you to start to deliberately transition out of being mode. Feel free to start to move, and I invite you to come out of your being mode into a little gratitude practice. Take a moment to think of one thing you're grateful for. Once you have that thing, hold the experience of that gratitude in your mind. Take a moment to acknowledge the truth and the beauty in it. Acknowledge the truth. Acknowledge the beauty, take a moment to appreciate it. Take a moment to embrace it. Find something new to be grateful for. Search for that thing. Take a moment to acknowledge the truth in it. Hold the gratitude for that thing in your mind. Explore it. Work through the dimensions of it. Perhaps looking out at the network of things connected to it, which are also true and good. Or perhaps looking at the granularity of it, the minutia, the details. Take a moment to appreciate it. Acknowledge it to be true. Search for something new to be grateful for. Could be something big and grand and abstract. Could be something small and close and simple. Hold on to your gratitude for that thing, or person, or place, or idea, or anything. Take a moment to appreciate a virtue in it. Acknowledge it to be true. Be a superconductor for that gratitude. Be grateful for the way that your mind showed up for this meditation practice in whichever way it did. Thank yourself for taking this time to cultivate mindfulness, to zero out the scale, to reset, to touch base with the ongoing miracle that is outfolding all around us in every present moment. Which is all we ever truly have. The past and the future, both, do not exist. All we ever have is here and now. Let's wrap this up with a little deliberate breathing exercise. You can do something a little bit different. Do the breathing exercise of your pleasure. Follow your bliss. I'm going to do some cyclical sighing, which is one regular deep breath in, another additional forced inhale, and a relaxed letting go. Big in breath through my nose. Sharp secondary inhale. Let it out. Big regular inhale through my nose. A secondary sharp forced inhale. Letting it out. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to end the stream there.